Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. This episode we're going to be checking out a piece by the established multidisciplinary artist known as Ismail Malikov. This episode we're going to be talking about this kind of compositional order here. We're going to talk about the interplay of light and dark, and we're also going to talk about the impacts of global warming. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this work, you're met with the scene, kind of three lone ships here sailing under this really monumentous moon here. Certainly catches the eye instantly and is quite a dark first initial introduction. And so you're likely going to be drawn to this moon set in center here. Of course, it isn't set in perfect center here. It is a little bit up in the ascendant region, but it still catches the eye. Of course, that light and dark contrast against kind of the dark gray, this kind of black sky certainly catches the eye and calls our attention instantly. And so in the realm of color, there's no doubt that light certainly drives the work at hand. That's what I mean by the interplay of light and dark. So we see, light here, and then we see dark and that kind of misty, that kind of gray smoke as well. So all in all, both of those are really kind of working off each other. Of course, you have the negative space of the sky, then you also have those kind of forms of what our eye is actually going to be drawn to. So both of those are really playing off of each other. And so there's no doubt, the visual impact of red and black are always going to be dangerous, daunting, kind of gets the heart racing, right? When you see red, you're going to see blood, you're going to see fire. It's going to certainly catches the eye, it leaves you in awe, but it also gets the heart racing. So we get some dangerous themes there for sure. And so with that in mind, like I said, dangerous themes. So we really are looking at a sense of death as well. You see fire, when you see blood, it is conveying death and it is conveying danger as well. So we do have those unsettling themes for sure. And so we see the ocean, like I said, we have about 3 ships sailing upon this vast ocean here. This is incredibly important because the ocean really is an archaic symbol of Mother Nature, but it's also an archaic symbol of chaos as well. So you have that kind of vast open sea. It goes off far past the eye can see. That is kind of the chaos element. Then, of course, the Mother Nature element. You have all these ecosystems within the ocean as well. All very important. And so with this in mind, we're looking at this piece is actually entitled Thalassa Blood Moon. And so hopefully I pronounced that right. Thalassa is the Greek god of the sea, if I believe. So we certainly see some Mother Nature aspects, some Mother Nature themes there as well. So all very important. Of course, Mother Nature is divine by nature as well. So when we see Mother Nature conveyed alongside kind of blood and fire, or at least the colors which remind of that, we certainly see Mother Nature in danger. So we see these ships kind of sailing across the sea. And it's quite interesting because ships are normally seen, of course, you have that kind of shelter sailing across an archaic symbol of chaos. So you have a bit of order sailing across the chaos, all very important when we're looking at this work. But it appears that the ships are kind of on fire here. So there is this crisis within the work at hand. And if they're not on fire, they're at least possessed by the spirit of this blood moon here. So all very important. It certainly catches our eye. It draws our attention to each one of these individual forms there. And of course, even the reflection also frames the form as well. All very important. And so the artist actually notes this work as calling attention to global warming. So we certainly see that in a few different elements, whether it's kind of blood and fire, at least what reminds of that, whether it's Mother Nature conveyed through the sea and the possible destruction of those ecosystems within the sea, all really important when we're looking at this work here. And so the artist, like I said, wants to raise awareness about global warming as well as its potential impacts on our ecosystem. So we are part of nature. We are divine by nature as well. So we cannot destroy Mother Nature without turning a knife into our own stomach as well. So this is very important. He's trying to raise awareness about this incredibly important issue to make sure that we don't kind of take what we have for granted, because when all ecosystems begin to kind of move and collapse and they're not able to adapt, then we will see a true crisis. So the artist wanted to call attention to that. This is done quite masterfully, whether it's the sense of darkness within the work at hand, whether it's that kind of feeling of fire, whether it's the destruction of the ecosystems. This all really conveys that quite well. So really nice work here. This is an AI generative piece, so it was made with multiple different AI programs. So that does make it actually a mixed media piece as well. So there's some AI programs, and then that was taken into what I believe was Photoshop to create some even greater and even more unique visual experiences. So that's really nice. When you take the AI generative realm and then you create even more unique things, we're really kind of, creativity is an infinite range of possibility. But when you take AI art and then do some mixed media expressions such as in Procreate or Photoshop or something like that, it's even more unique. So we certainly see the incredible potential of that for sure. And so this was made with Midjourney, Night Cafe, Stable Diffusion, and then using Photoshop as well. So that incredible mixed media expression, of course, incredibly unique, incredibly novel. It's really a blessing to be able to study that today. So I hope y'all enjoyed. We talked about this kind of, oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to mention was this arrangement. Sorry guys. I see this kind of triangular arrangement. There is this sense of harmony within the work at hand. Even though we are seeing a very dark and a very dismal piece, a lot of discord within the work at hand, there is a sense of order where the eye is drawn to this kind of triangular compositional placement. Sorry, I forgot to mention that, but hope y'all enjoyed today. The artist always doing some really good stuff, Ismail Malikov. He also does some kind of FX stuff as well. So if y'all enjoyed this work, go check out some of the other work that artist is doing. So hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all learned something. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.